Hey, what's up, Vox and Hops heads? I'm Matt, the vocals of Cryptopsy, and you're listening to my podcast, Vox and Hops, where I sit down with fellow metal musicians to talk about their lives, music, and craft beer. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. I had an excellent weekend because I have just started my vacation. Super stoked about that. Looking forward to getting out and drinking some craft beers in some craft beer bars, because here in Montreal, they are starting to allow that, and I'm very excited to do that. Throughout the month of June, I am shining some light on Unique Leader Records. I'm super stoked about this. They are one of the best extreme metal labels out there, and I am honored to be able to do this. Until the end of the month, you can go to the Unique Leader Indie Merch Store, and when you are checking out, you can apply the promo code Vox&Hops, that's VOXANDHOPS, and you will save 10% on your order. You should do this because not only do they have a bunch of sick merch up there, they also have a bunch of pre-orders for upcoming releases up there, and you could save 10% if you go and use that promo code. Support extreme music. I'm super stoked to play you a track from a Unique Leader artist right now. This is Stillbirth's Panem A Circenses. As always, turn it up to 11. Here it is.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Boom. That was fucking brutal. If Stillbirth was not on your radar, well, they absolutely should be right now. They're dropping their new record, Revive the Throne, on August 7th. You should absolutely pick that up. Today's episode is a very special episode because I had the chance to sit down with two wonderful people from one of my favorite local up-and-coming craft beer breweries. On today's episode, I'm with Max Hébert and Joël Dupras of Sir John Brewing Company. Here it is, Vox&Hops, episode number 157.
I warn you, what you are about to hear is very disturbing indeed.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Today I'm with Joël Dupras and Max Hébert from Sir John Brewing Company from Lachute, Quebec. I am super, super stoked to be with you guys. I have been following what you're doing since, I want to say, around December's when I really got, drawn into you guys. I think it was I went to Witzenbier on Saint-Zotique Street, which is a usual haunt of mine, and I saw these cans sitting there on the shelf that I hadn't seen before. I didn't recognize, I didn't know what they were, so of course I bought everything that was there. I think what was there at the time was...
In December?
Maybe a Jericho?
Probably a Jericho and Ezekiel, probably something
exactly,
like that.
That's exactly what. So it was the Jericho and the Ezekiel, and I was blown away. I was like, why is nobody talking about these guys? Who are these guys? What's going on? I kept hearing, I'm on Cap Sud-Bière, which is, for everyone listening that's not in Quebec, it's this Facebook group where there's a lot of elitist craft beer people that hang out. And I hadn't seen you guys being posted there yet. I didn't know why, but I just kept buying your stuff. And then in January, I hit you guys up saying that I'd love to have some for the podcast, and you guys were great. Hooked me up with my hat that everyone has been seeing all my pictures with, is my Sir John hat.
Yeah, it's true.
Ridiculously enough, I needed a new hat, and it's the exact same model of a hat that I was wearing from Nobi, which is a craft beer bar down in Texas.
Fits you well.
It's perfect. It's meant to be. We're meant to be friends. So I never talk this much during an intro, but as I mentioned before we started recording, I feel like I'm meeting rock stars because I just enjoy your products so much from everything that I've tried. And it's like when I go and re-listen to an album from a band that I like, if I go re-buy one of your brews, it's like re-experiencing it, and I'm always excited. And whenever I get my order from Witzenbier, because I'm ordering them online now, I always save yours for last. It's really, really fun. So thank you guys for sitting down with me. I'm super stoked about it. Let's just start on something super simple. Simple but yet complex at the same time. How have you guys and the brewery been coping with COVID-19?
Oh, okay, yeah. Complex, yeah, for sure.
Well, a big chance we do cans because otherwise we would be in big trouble because
for sure
we're not even 1 year old, so
yeah,
we're kind of lucky that the selling of the cans goes well.
Like we had to change the whole, not to change the whole model, but just to do a part of the model that we wanted to do a little more, like canning and distributing. Earlier than we thought, because at first...
Well, we started in December, but...
Yeah, that's right. We started slowly to distribute cans in Montreal and the Couronne Nord in the Laurentians. But at that point, it was just like to start a little bit because we didn't have any volume to do a little more. But now that the tap room is closed and we cannot do any serving here, so it was at the same time a good opportunity for us, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was
we had more volume in cans. Otherwise, we need to keep stock for the tap room too. So we had a bigger volume to distribute. So
that was the big change.
Yeah, because a lot of smaller craft breweries that didn't have the distribution, the canning system that you guys have, were struggling immensely right now. So it is a very, very lucky that you guys had that whole facility set up and have that at your disposition. And your distribution is really, really good. So hats off to whoever is doing that for you guys, and you guys getting the volume out there.
Thanks.
And I'm... Who exactly is your distributor?
It's us.
Yeah, we do everything. Yeah,
we bought a little truck, and we have a driver that delivers every week. So we do.
No fucking way.
We try to do everything.
Good for you.
Yeah, we're like that. We like to do everything on our own.
Yeah,
it's like that. We are.
Well, you chose the right places. You chose because I've bought your beer at a few places that I always go to, such as Witzenbier. I've seen it at Paluzzo. Yeah. I've seen it in the North Shore, which I wanted to touch on in the future because I'm from de Montagne originally. So Espace Blanc is a place that I stop at whenever I would go visit my parents to try to grab some brews, and I picked up a Adam and Eve there, which was exciting for me because I hadn't on the Montreal side of distribution yet. So it's always fun and exciting. How is COVID for you guys? How are you guys with the tap room? Are you guys? It must have been hard for you, especially in the launch, trying to get people in. It must be disappointing that you had to reorganize your whole system.
Yeah, we opened last year on the 4th of July, and we kind of missed the beginning of summer. So we have a terrace here in front of the tap room, And it's the same for this year. We cannot use it, but it's not that we don't want to use it. It's just that the situation is like that. We look forward to open it as soon as we can.
Yeah, for sure.
We miss people a lot. That's the kind of the trip we have, is that when we see people enjoying our beer is fun, and it's a thing to be shared.
Sure. The tap room is one of the biggest thing about the brewing and our project, for sure. At first, we thought just doing like an industrial facility and just brew. And at some point, we just realized that it made no sense for us. We needed to have like the human contact and have like the customers and all the people coming here and
to come back,
enjoy with us the things that we do. So it's something we're missing a lot at the moment, for sure. Yeah, but I think it's getting positive. So I think we'll probably reopen. We just hope
the sun will shine
a couple
one day.
weeks. Yeah, for sure, for sure. We'll open at some point.
I hope so. We got to be positive, and the clouds will spread, and the craft beer gods will shine upon us and allow us to go drink craft beer in an establishment. I'm drinking a lot of good beers, obviously. I'm lucky with what Vox&Hops has set up.
Yeah.
But I miss going and experiencing that beer in a brewery, being surprised if they have like a special beer on tap that's brand new. I'm missing that whole experience.
We're missing it too from other breweries as well, because we really love to travel and go see other breweries. So it's the same thing for us as well. We're missing this part.
The success that you guys have achieved, though, because I feel that I've been watching it grow. The hype is there. I'm friends with, of course, coming from the metal world, I'm friends with the boys from Masorum Brassatorium, who are on the similar hype train, but a little bit different because they have no distribution and people have to go pick it up. I think personally, the fact that you guys had to can so much and to get stuff out there to people, you guys somehow made an impact in a very oversaturated market with lots and lots of breweries. But you guys managed to pierce through so much so that now you guys are having to, you just announced it this week, which I thought was super interesting, that you have to reduce your taproom hours so that everyone can get a chance to get the beer. Did you guys ever think that was going to happen?
We dreamed of it, but
that's true.
But I don't think at the beginning we thought it would be that quickly and that overwhelming. I don't know how to say that, but
when we started the brewery, it was really important for us to have a beer that we would really love before opening, because it wouldn't make any sense opening with beer that we don't even like. Yeah. So at one point, it was important for us, but we never imagined it was going to be like that.
It's amazing. I'm blown away.
And we don't even realize it. We're like in a little town that's 12,000 people here. In our hometown, people love the beer, but it's not as huge as maybe as the beer geek scene in Montreal and
no, for sure.
Where, but we feel it, but we don't realize. I personally don't realize it.
No, for sure, and we can't wait. So we can't wait that the tap room reopens. So like everybody from Montreal comes here.
Yeah, come to us.
You know it's going to happen. I wanted to touch on, and you just answered my question, was why Lachute? For everyone that's wondering, Lachute is about 45 minutes to 50 minutes to an hour outside of Montreal north.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
When no traffic, 50 minutes is a good time.
It's a very, very cute little city. I have family that have cottages that we always have to drive through Lachute. There's that little pataterie, which is awesome, that I used to stop at when I was a kid. Tonight we're going to share a beer virtually, which I'm stoked that we're going to do, and I've been looking forward to trying this. I had the non-bourbon version, and I sincerely enjoyed it. So this is the 1201. This is your bourbon-aged version. 5 months.
Yes.
Yep. It's the first barrel-aged beer we release.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, for sure.
It's an Imperial Stout, conditioned with espresso coffee, Madagascar Vanilla. We got some Cacao Nibs, some maple syrup, which I love, super Quebecois Canadian right there, and some Sicilian hot peppers. So let's crack these open and let's see what these got. It pours out ominous and black like my metal soul. It is It smells nice, coffee, a little spice. The booze comes out on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to
Cheers,
Sir John.
Matt. Nice to
Super
meet you,
Stout.
my friend.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
Virtually.
Oh, of course. And we'll do it again for real one day.
Yeah, for sure.
It's divine. Little boozy bite. Sweet with the vanilla still kicks. And this is your first barrel aged. Is this something that I'm interested? I've watched everything that you guys have been doing. You guys have made pilsners. You've made almost a smoothie sour, but it wasn't quite there. The Triomphe de la Nature.
It's not a smoothie.
It's not smoothie, but it's a sour IPA with lots of fruit.
There's a lot of fruit, but there's no, how do you say that, the puree in the beer. It's a DDH sour IPA with a lot of fruit at the end after fermentation. So it's almost a smoothie because there's a lot of fruit, but we don't put it like, we leave the fruit going down to the fermenter. So we don't transfer any of the puree in the cans. So at the end, it's not a smoothie, but it tastes a little bit like it.
I got it. Is that something that's on your docket, or are you anti-smoothie?
No, we're not. No, for sure.
We love
like
smoothie.
it. We'll probably do it for the tap room first, and this summer we have something planned, like midsummer to release one, but only at the brewery, and we'll just do crawlers with it for sure for start, and we'll see how it goes.
Wonderful. You guys made the 1201, the original can version, and now here we are with the barrel aging. Are you guys going to keep dancing with barrel aging?
Yeah.
We just bought some more barrel.
Yeah, that's right. We don't have a lot of space, though.
The space is missing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But we bought, we have now 3, so
bourbon barrel.
Bourbon barrel.
Filled with 1201.
Yeah. And we bought 2 other barrels to make a sour beer, a mixed fermentation, like a French oak barrel.
Nice.
So this is in maturing now.
Beautiful,
Standing.
beautiful.
And we're waiting anxiously.
Let's go back. I normally ask on Vox and Hops what people's soundtrack of their youth was. I'm interested in hearing the soundtrack of your beer youth. Do you remember your first beers?
Probably Coors or Molson or something like that.
My father used to have the fridge full of Molson product because one of his client was Molson. So, but not. He was a distributor of Molson beer, so he always have Laurentide beer, O'Keeffe, Molson X, and that was it, I think. But it was always faced like a store. You
Oh, it was like
a nice facing.
One
nice
tablet
facing,
was. So that was my first beer was Molson product for sure.
It's always our father's beer, the first beer we have.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for sure.
Not me. No, my dad didn't drink, so and he still
Okay.
doesn't. Actually, he started enjoying Coronas with lime now that I'm older.
Okay, yeah.
No, my dad was never into drinking. No, I got into drinking on my own.
Yeah, that's right.
That's good.
How about that first craft beer? What would be the one that turned you on to craft beer?
But the one that you're talking, Yakima from Castor, is probably not. It's not the first craft beer, but I think it's the first craft beer that we said, "Oh shit, we really like craft beer, and we really like IPA." So it was the start of the IPA love for me. I think for you too.
And at the same time, Les Trois Mousquetaires had their IPA there, the blue label.
Yeah.
That
And
IPA was like super rare to have. So
yeah, there was a big hype
Really good,
around this IPA for sure.
yeah.
We were like calling the dépanneur and Le Chute to say, "Hey, do you have some IPA?
you have
some Trois Mousquetaires?" No, not yet.
Not yet.
One per person. So that was the start, and then we've traveled in Vermont and in United States, New York, Brooklyn. So and then we discovered all the
Boreal too.
Boreal and Norris.
Norris made a big impression on
for
us.
sure.
Really.
And at that time, it was La Nordais de Oval.
Yeah.
When we could have one, it was like, wow. still good, but at that time it was like amazing.
When did you guys start brewing? When is that something that you started doing? Where did that passion come from?
That's kind of funny because it all starts because we're big, huge beer fans. So the idea came with Joël's father, which is Serge Dupras. We talked, we were having supper, and he just pushed the idea of, why don't we open a brewery? And we were like, yeah, why not? But we don't know how to make beer. So
we like beer, but we
like
don't
beer,
know the
but
hell
we
how to
don't
make it.
know how to brew beer. So we knew what we wanted, but how to get there was the big trip, the big
For sure.
the
Problem.
the big problem too. So 2 years ago.
Yes, about 2 years.
It's
probably
about 2 years
and a
ago.
half.
We started the idea, and there we bought a little brew kit, a home brew system.
A grandfather, yeah.
And we started developing the recipe. We were really into IPA, so it was important for us to...
Yeah, for sure. The start was this. Just try to make the best IPA we could do with the grandfather and the small fermenter. And we started buying books, and my father got into a course like a week.
IBQ?
Yeah, I think so. IBQ.
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah, so he got into a course to add the basics of brewing, and then we've worked with Michel Gauthier, which helped us a lot to develop our skills,
to learn the skills and how to brew and
all the little details. Yeah. And
Alex Sirois was there too from Count Bau's brewery in Saint-Adolphe d'Howard. So they were the two mentors who we have, and Serge was the one who would brew the beer because he was recently retired and he had lots of time. So he wanted a new project, and he entered in a big project.
Yeah, that's right. It started as a small project, but we realized at some point
became more work than his usual work before.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's about it. That's where we started.
We started to brew when we had the project in mind. So it's like, okay, we'll do it. We'll start. We'll learn how to brew. But we already had everything in scheduled. Like we start building. And we buy our brew house and everything, but we ordered the brew house and we never did. We didn't have any brewing experience.
Idea how to use it.
So can you imagine? It was a big guess.
Wow. So Serge really believed in you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Probably.
Well, Serge is a big part of the brewery because he was the one. Mainly there all weeks because we have other jobs than brewers. I'm in still now. Sure. He's a designer and I'm working in video, so we both have our jobs, but we're in the brewery too. So we split the task. Actually, we're 4 partners.
Yeah.
The both of us, Serge, the Joël's father, and Jean-François Norin. He's from Victoriaville too. So
and he's the finance guy. So it's pretty important to have someone taking care of the finance because we're not pretty good at this.
No, it's a nightmare.
I know how to count until 10.
I had 10 beers last night. Yes,
after 10 beers, I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
So you guys are basically like the company in itself is like that kid who had picked up a guitar 2 years ago and now is on stage touring the world.
It's a good example, yeah.
You hit the ground running.
Yeah, but in our head, we're still selling lemonade on the side of the street. It's like we're just enjoying it, and we don't take that too much seriously. It's like we have fun doing it. We like the beer we make, and we love seeing people enjoy the beer we make. That's the big part of us. For us, that's why we're making beer.
And it's making a huge splash here. I know a few of my fellow craft beer media friends are really into it and like it a lot. Very happy that there's some haze happening here in Quebec. With Masorum doing it, with Brewski doing it, and with you guys, we're happy to have some haze here in Quebec the way that it's happening in the rest of the world.
It's nice what we see now with the like you said, Brewski, Masorum,
the
Canada, Wood Brothers. It's like something that even the Nouvelle France. Yeah. So it's nice what we see.
There's lots of product we like.
We're getting there, reaching the level of the Americans.
We'll get there.
It's good. We'll have an excellent people come up here after when people can come up here.
Yeah, that's right.
And enjoy our local beer trip there and come out and have some stuff the way that we've been doing it down in Vermont.
For sure.
Where does the name come from? I'm sure you've spoken about this before, but I've missed it.
No, we never did. First time.
Well, the guy you see behind us, well, maybe you don't see it. If you
I do. I see him. He's Sir John sitting up there. Yeah.
That's Sir John Johnson. He's the guy behind the name of the brewery. He used to be the first owner of the territory here in Argenteuil, the territory. He came from Amsterdam, New York. So we have one beer called Amsterdam, New York in homage for his birthplace. Mm-hmm. And we play a lot with the American names because we love beer from Vermont. So, and the first arrival here is Hezekiah Clark, which came from Jericho, Vermont. And his wife, Abigail. So there's a lot of history in our name. But the brewery, we wanted something that represent both French and English. Because here in La Chute, it used to be half English and half French. And for us, it's part of our heritage and story. So we wanted to represent both sides. So
yeah, for sure. And have an inspiration of the Vermont breweries that we really enjoy when we go there. The tap room is really inspired by what we can get in Vermont if we go to Foam or if we go to all the little breweries there, Four Quarters.
The Alchemist.
Yeah, so...
And Jericho is like 20 minutes from Burlington. It's like really close, so... There's a brewery in Jericho, but we didn't try it yet.
No, it's not a brewery. There's a tap room.
A tap room, yeah. Okay, yeah. But we didn't go yet. We want to, but someday we will.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a long life of craft beer ahead of us. I love the branding, the artwork, the little crown. I think it's very important for breweries to stand out on the shelf, to catch the attention. It's like a logo of a band. You can just use that tired old font that everyone's using and not stand out and use geometric shapes and stuff. But you guys have gone with the historic route, and you caught my attention that first time that I went into Vitsunbiaga. I was like, what is that? and then what was your thought process behind it? I love that you have always on all of your stuff, la terre, c'est notre brew, recycle, puis fais attention à ta peau, which translates roughly to the earth is our brother. Or a bro, which is more.
Yeah.
So recycle this and be careful of its skin. It's a sapo. And I love on the IPAs, you guys have the...
Be careful of your skin.
The skin of the earth, yeah.
But Attention à ta peau just came out from a video that we love. It's a Bunfight Kevin. So in Bunfight Kevin, there's somebody that say Attention à ta peau. And you should look at that video. You will laugh. You will have a good laugh. It's like people having a party, but it's the end of the party and everybody is like scrapped.
Or le lendemain, je pense.
It's the other morning, but...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So Attention à ta peau came from there.
It's funny. So there's inside jokes on your bottles, which I like very much.
Mm-hmm. It's just inside jokes. We're all about inside jokes.
You guys are awesome. And then normally on your IPAs, you have like these bars depicting how much of each hops is located in the beer has been used.
No, it's just It's just a design thing, yeah.
Oh, see, now I'm just.
So you thought there was a process with all those
This
lines?
is the first, the second one, and third one.
Like the quantities of it is what I thought.
Yeah, it could look like this, yeah, for sure. You're not the first one to tell us
true.
this, yeah.
I've been telling everyone that's what it was. So
No problem. Well,
yeah.
maybe it's that. We can say that.
Yeah, we can say that now.
you should.
If we
you
say
should.
yes,
It's a good sales point. I love that you guys are using interesting hops, such as the Lotus hop. I haven't seen many people using that one. Let's talk about using interesting hops, trying to keep it fresh, being such a young brewery. You guys and Masorum, same thing. So many, and Brewski. There's like a difference between these newer breweries that are starting versus the old school breweries. There's no more flagship beers. It's like we're going to put out products, and and see what sticks to the wall, and hypothetically, then you make different versions of it. Where does that come from? Does that stem from Vermont? Did everyone get inspired from Vermont? Is that it?
A bit more like, yeah, I think so. From the United States in general.
It's more the USA model. You look at a brewery like Foam. I don't know how much brew they have.
I don't know.
450 maybe?
Something like that.
So it's kind of crazy. So
they just try a new recipe all the time, and it's a good way to improve and get better. And I think from the first beer we did last summer and the beer we are doing now, it's like
worlds apart.
Yeah, it's not the same thing at all. So, and I think that the fact that we're not rebrewing the same beer all the time, it gives us a chance to improve, try things, and get to where we are now.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. We're improving and we try different things, and sometimes we fail, but I think it's part of the process. When you brew different things, you hit the wall sometime, and
yeah, sometimes. But now that we know our parameters a little more, and when we try new things, we're not as scared as we were at the beginning.
No.
Now we're a little more confident of what we have to do to get to what we want to do. And but it's just like to try different hops, to try different malt, to try a different process. So we cannot put the same label on it. So that's why we are bringing like new names, and it's fun at the same time.
Yeah, we like doing that.
Yeah, that's right. To think about always a new concept, a new beer, a new label, a new photo, and everything. So
which is your world, right? You guys do the artwork.
Yeah. I work with cameras. He works in design. So that mixed together makes a good brain, a big brain. We don't have big brain, but both of us make a good brain together.
I like it. I'm stoked at it. I'm always excited to see something new. That Kuran, which was I spoke out earlier, was the collab. You guys did 2 collabs so far, unless I'm wrong.
3.
Yeah, 3, because the first one was with the Count Baus. We did a stout.
A dry stout.
Stout, which was called the 329, because it's the road that was between us, the 329.
Oh, that's cool.
After that, there was Boreal, the Dancing Bears, and now we have the Couronne Nord with the Espace Houblon.
Which is awesome, yeah. Is that something you guys want to keep doing? I like how breweries are all connecting and interacting together and supporting each other.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's important for us, really important.
Is it like you can go there and you get to pick each other's brains? Is that how that works as well?
I don't know if it's this. It's just at some point it's more like just to brew a beer together and have fun. I think that was how I felt it when we did the collab that we did. But for sure, it's always fun to talk about brewing, brewing with other brewery, so you can get a little bit of how they do things and how we do things, and we all improve in this, I think.
And to share those new ideas with new brewers, that becomes friend, and it's really nice because it's one big family in Quebec here, so we need to stay close.
It's another thing that's very close to the music world. It's like I get to go on tour with people. Yeah. We're all going through the same issues, and then we live together on a bus for like 3 weeks, and we become brothers.
That's it.
Yeah.
So you guys going to brew together, and then as you guys were speaking, I was wondering if like the success that is happening really ties into the fact that your second collab was with one of the biggest craft beer staples of here in Quebec, which is with Boreal, which is amazing.
Yeah,
I think it helped for sure.
it helped for sure. Yeah, it's a nice exposure for us to brew with Boreal. I couldn't even realize that we were brewing with Gabriel Dulon, who became friend with us. It's really nice to. Gab came to the brewery with his wife and to have supper, and it just started like that. So
Exactly.
I think it's yeah.
Just naturally and organic. That's
Yeah.
You can't push things sometimes.
You don't push things. That's it. It just comes.
But it was great. We had like a great time. The release was really cool
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
Gab was there for the release, and we had a great night.
Great night, great party, and we had planned another brew with Boreal, but with the COVID-19, it was postponed. So it's gonna come soon.
Yeah, sure.
We have something going, but not for now.
And we have other collabs on the way
Other
too. as
collabs
well.
on the way too.
So we'll keep you posted at some point.
Good. I have to ask because it's Vox and Hops, right? Do you guys listen to metal, or have you listened to metal in your life?
He did.
Absolutely, I still listen to
Not-
metal music,
Do you? Good. So you're a metal brewer. I like it. So let's
but
go down this
more
rabbit hole.
old school metal. But I listen to metal a lot in my life.
Perfect. So what would be that first metal band that really got you hooked?
I think I would say Children of Bodom, which
cool.
was one of my favorite band when I was 16, 17 years old. And then my cousin had a boyfriend that was within the band Cataclysm. I don't know if you know Cataclysm.
Of course, I know them. Yes.
Stéphane Barbe, which was in my family.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, man.
No
I had- yeah, I
way.
had
He's from
really
St.
good
Matt.
times.
I'm from Two Mountains. Yeah, of course.
So Stéphane, I had really good times with Stéphane. So
He's fun.
Cataclysm, all kinds of metal like Dark Tranquility, Sonata Arctica, all kinds of metal, like super power metal, dark metal. So I went to a show, Cradle of Filth, and Dimmu Borgir. That brings me like 20 years ago, but I still listen to that music, and that's mainly it.
That's good. That's cool. That makes me happy.
Nice, man.
It's a good thing Max is there because I wouldn't have.
You're not into that.
No, not a lot
much
of metal. Yeah, no,
What
I like
do you-
it, but I'm not. I've seen one show because I was filming with him.
Yeah,
at
we
Cataclysm.
were filming a Cataclysm video clip. So we were
Really?
at the medley, and
The
Joe
medley.
came, and
It was a great night, yeah, for
nice,
sure.
man.
You gotta love Cataclysm. Are amazing. I've toured with them before. Stéphane Barbe is
Mauricio.
super fun to party with.
I was a little bit young to party with Steph, but one of my first beer, he used to bring us hidden beers,
Yes, I
He
know
gave
exactly
us
what
beer
you
in
mean.
family parties.
Oh, he's so cool.
Because I was like 16 years old, and he bring us the beer.
Yes, he's super cool.
Yeah, cool. Steph is a good guy.
What do you listen to, Joel? If you're not listening to,
Oof, a lot of things. I think we're like we listen to like old rock, hip hop, a lot of hip hop, old rock. Like Neil Young is probably one of my favorite artists.
Me too.
Listen to Pink Floyd, Radiohead,
War on drugs.
War on Drugs, things like that, and a lot of hip hop. So it's like a big mix of. But I
Depends
like,
of the mood.
yeah, that's right. I like
It's just the
electronic
mood
music
thing.
as well. So I don't think there's a music that I don't like. Just when it's well done, and I just like it. So, but it goes in a lot of ways.
what is your hop of the moment? My hop of the moment right now. I'm on a Sabro trip because everyone's making beers with Sabro, and I like it just so much. It's got that coconut amazingness. What about you guys?
Joel is not into Sabro
No,
much, eh?
I'm not a
I'm into
Sabro fan.
Sabro. I really like.
It's very divisive.
Yeah.
Do you taste the too much coconut in it?
I don't think so. No, I think it's more flowery.
Yeah,
Soapy.
it's so cute.
Maybe it's like coriander with people.
Oh yeah,
it's
I
the
like
same.
coriander. Though.
You hit the point. It's the same thing.
What hops? I don't know. I really like Nelson Sauvin and Citra. Citra is the best.
Citra, yeah.
I don't know.
Galaxy.
Galaxy, yeah. I like Galaxy. But I like the mix of a hop like Nelson Sauvin, and which is a little more floral or a little...
White wine.
Yeah, and a mix with a light Galaxy hop, which is a little more fruity and very bold. So the mix of both, like the same thing with Nelson Sauvin and Citra, I think it's a good mix.
But the leitmotiv Vic Secret we just came out made me like discover more the Vic Secret.
Yeah, piney a little more.
Piney and more. Yeah, I like that too. So,
one last question. What is your hangover secret?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I don't have any hangover secret. I'm just like sleeping all day long. And it happens too much.
No. There's no secret there.
I'm not good at this.
You need to be a warrior. You just need to be a warrior and look forward. You're going to get through. That's just the
It's just one day that you feel bad, and then you start over.
Usually around supper, you eat and you survive.
That's right. Yeah. You get to get through.
Lipton soup helps,
okay.
But not always. It's not proven.
It's not proven. Before we drink a lot of Gatorade,
but
back in the day, yeah, of course, yeah. Joel, Max, thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to meet you in person and share a beer together. I'm a fan for life, and I can't wait to see what comes in the world of Sir John Brewing. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, my friend. Thanks, and hope to see you soon on the terrace.
Hey, thank you all so much for listening right to the end. You know that I love and appreciate that. So stoked that I had a chance to sit down with Max and Joel. I love their beers so much. I believe that I said that enough during the interview, but I mean every word that I said. I am so stoked for them hitting the ground running. They are a true success story, and you got to try. You got to get out there. You got to just sometimes just throw all your cards in. If you believe in it, it's going to happen, people. And Max and Joel and the rest of the crew from Sir John Brewing Company are the proof of that. So, huge cheers, everybody. If you can, get out to Lachute, go to their tap room, drink some of their beers, pick them up if you can. They deserve our support. They are one of Quebec's best microbreweries right now, and I'm so stoked I had the chance to sit down with them. I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. I have one more episode coming at you this Friday, but until then, remember to enjoy life, metal, and craft beer. Cheers, Vox and Hops Hits.